Apple have just announced some brand new iPads for 2022. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 10 things you need to know about these new iPads. Let's go. If you're in the market for a new iPad, check out my iPad buyer's guide. I've just updated it with the new 2022 iPads, and there's a heap of information there, including links of where you can pick one up. Number one thing you need to know is the apple.com compare page. This is super useful. If we're here on the Apple homepage and we click on iPad and then click on compare, what you can do is compare different models of iPads. So let's say you're considering the new Apple 10th generation and you want to go, hey, what's the difference? What's new between the 9th gen? You can come in here and you can line up the two against each other, and you can see you've got different colors, you've got different screen size, different chips, and all the information there. So check out the Apple compare page if you want to compare different iPad models. Number two, so what's new with the iPad Pro? Well, you can see it looks kind of similar to the last couple of generations. A lot of the specs are kind of the same. It's not until you get down here to the chip that you can see things are different. So we've got the M2 chip in this year's model compared to the M1 last year and the A12Z Bionic chip the year before. It means that you're going to have a whole lot more power. You've got that hardware accelerated media engine for ProRes. You can actually shoot in ProRes now on the camera. So the cameras have been improved with the image signal processor, and you just get a whole lot more power with that new M2 chip compared to the M1 from last year. Number three, you're also getting a lot faster mobile connectivity. So we've got Wi-Fi 6E on the new model. You've also got Bluetooth 5.3. So when you're connecting up those wireless devices, that's going to definitely help out. We've even got 5G support for pretty much everywhere around the world now. So you can have 5G super fast internet access on your iPad Pro wherever you go. The fourth thing you need to know about this update is the Apple Pencil 2 support. So it's been enhanced with hover mode. Now, what is hover? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. If you hover the pencil above the surface up to 12 millimeters above, it can actually detect the electromagnetic signals and you get a bit of a preview. So that's going to be cool if you want to see what it's like before you actually apply changes to your iPad Pro. Number five is iPadOS 16. Now, this is going to be available very soon for everyone, and it will be shipped with the new iPad Pro. What do you get with iPadOS 16? It's the new Stage Manager multitasking functionality, as well as what I'm most excited about, external display support. So you can have a different display on your external screen as opposed to your iPad. So iPadOS 16 looks like it's going to be pretty cool for iPad users. For number six, let's jump over to the new iPad. Now, as you saw in the opening there, colors, man, all the colors of the bow. So that's the biggest change visually here with the new iPad, but there's a whole lot more in the new redesigned iPad 10th generation. So let's talk about a couple of other things. The new 10th generation iPad has a USB-C connector. So if you've been playing along at home, you'll know that previous iPad vanilla models were still using Lightning, meaning if you were connecting up gear, you needed to have a Lightning to USB adapter. We now have a USB-C connector right here on the iPad, which means that every iPad model now is using USB-C. Thing number 8 is the complete redesign of the iPad, or should I say the iPad Air, because this design is very similar. In fact, it's almost exactly the same as the iPad Air. It's got that 10.9-inch screen. It's got the Touch ID button at the top there. The one big difference is that it has the front-facing camera right there in the middle. So when you're in landscape mode, finally, you can look center instead of looking off to the side. So that's a pretty cool change. But apart from that, pretty similar to the iPad Air in design, but this one's rocking the A14 chip as opposed to the M1 that's in the iPad Air. Number 9, the Apple Pencil 1 is supported on the new iPad, but not the Pencil 2. And because it's moved from Lightning to USB-C, it does mean that you do need a dongle to charge up your Apple Pencil. And yes, look, it's $9 or $15 here in Australia, but a little bit sad that we have to live the dongle life if we want an Apple Pencil with the new iPad. And number 10, the price has increased for that iPad. You do pay a little bit extra for the new design. It's going to start at $449 in the US or $749 here in Australia. The good news is, though, that the iPad Pro has not increased from last year's model. So that's still starting at $799 US. All of these iPads are available to order now and will be shipped on the 26th of October.